Hey everyone, welcome to this Autodesk Revit tutorial on how to add an HVAC system to your residential or commercial structure. Let's go ahead and get started. Now there's a very good chance that you've created your structure in either an architectural template or a construction template. And because an HVAC system is a mechanical system, it is actually best created in a mechanical template. So what we're first going to do is I would like you to go over to your structure or your building, and we're going to copy it out of here, and then we're going to place it inside of a mechanical template. So to do this, you need to head over to one of your elevations. Let's say I go to my north, and you have to select everything, including the levels. And the reason we go from the elevations is because without these associations, the rest of your building wouldn't load properly into the mechanical template. There's still going to be a few ifs and ats or whatever, but like for the most part, it should be okay. So select everything, head over to the button here that says copy to clipboard, click on that, so it'll copy it, and then start a new file, but switch over from the construction template over to the mechanical template, and then press OK. Give it a second to load, and once it's done that, head over to your elevations. It doesn't matter which one. I'll head into north because that's where we're at. And you'll notice that there might be some elevations already in place. Since we're bringing in our own, go ahead and delete those and press OK. And then right click, or not right click, then head over to modify, and you're going to paste in your template. So paste it in, press OK, and then what I usually do is try to match it up as closely as possible, and then click once to actually paste it in. The only thing that might have changed are the levels. So there's a chance that they'll be a little bit offset. That's not a big deal, as you can simply select them and then adjust the numbers to match up to what they originally were. Okay, so it's going to look something like that, or for your building it might look slightly different, but fix those up. And then we want to head over to the floor plans. However, when we imported this, unfortunately it didn't bring in the floor plans. It's not a big deal, we just need to add those in. So head over to the tab that says View, then head over to the one where it says Plan Views, go to Floor Plan, and this will give you the choice of selecting all the plans or all the floors that are missing. So select them all, press OK, and it's going to generate the floor plans for you. So now I could head over to my floor plan and then to my level 1, and hopefully it appears. Okay, if by chance you try to work or modify the walls in this structure, you might notice that you can't select yours. And if you can't, don't worry. Just make sure that you have this button over here pressed. And if it's activated, then you will actually be able to select the walls. It's not a big deal if you don't plan on editing the walls in this template, but if you do, just make sure that's checked. Okay, so HVAC system. To begin, head over to Systems, and we first need to add in, say, some air terminals. So I'm going to go to Air Terminal, and we have some different options. We have a supply diffuser, which you can see what it looks like. This is what supplies air to a room. So let's say I put one in this room and then maybe two in this room over here. So those will supply air. Then we can also switch this by clicking on this top button and go into Return Diffuser. These are what return air to the air handling unit, which is a vital component of any HVAC system. Okay, and you can kind of notice by the arrows that this one's intaking air, this one's releasing it. Okay, so we have those. And lastly, we need our mechanical system, our HVAC. So don't go to Air Terminal, go to where it says Mechanical Equipment, Load Family, head over to the Mechanical folder, then MEP, then Airside Components, then Air Handling Units. For those of you unfamiliar with what AHUs are, they can heat air, cool air, or treat it, filter it, things like that. So we needed to select one for us to use, and I'm just going to go with a vertical split system right here. And I already had one loaded in my project, I guess. But if you do, go ahead and find it, select it, and then go ahead and wherever your mechanical room is, if you have one, or elsewhere in your building, just make sure that you put it in place. And once you've placed that down, look at the symbols on it. You'll notice that the return is currently pointed at the wall, which is a problem because we don't want our return duct to actually be going through the wall. So if you just let go of it, click on it again, and press the space key, it should just rotate 90 degrees each time you press that. So now it's facing the correct direction. We also need to offset the ducts because we actually didn't put an offset on them and they're currently set at 0 feet. So you can actually just go ahead and select them all and then offset them all together. And let's say our ceiling is 9 feet or so. I'm going to adjust this to 9 feet, and you can adjust yours based off of the requirements of your ceiling. Okay, so we have everything in place. We're going to start with our supply system, and to create a supply system, you simply need to select all the ducts, and I'm holding down Control while doing this, as well as your air handling unit. You'll notice an option up here pop up that says Create System. Click on that. It's going to ask you to create a system. Press OK. And then head over to the button up here that says Generate Layout. Click on that, and you'll notice that it creates a pathway. Now, there are different solutions for different types of pathways, so you can actually look at these and go through them and see which one you like. I usually stick with a network-based pathway, and you can also have multiple different solutions for those as well. Okay, the green line's typically the main line, the blue are branch lines, and we also need to edit the settings just a little bit, so head over to Settings, and you want to make sure that right now these are set at 9 feet, so that's actually going to be parallel with the ducts, but we probably want them to be a little higher, so I'm going to adjust this to 11. Then I'm going to go over to my branch lines. Same deal, I'm going to adjust this to 11. And for the flex duct type, it's asking pretty much, do you want flex duct? It's usually a good idea to have it because it actually makes your system much more flexible. And you can specify how much you want. So this is the maximum flex duct length available to each unit. But everything there looks good, so I'm going to press OK. And then I'm going to go ahead and press Finish Layout. And if it was done correctly and we take a look at our 3D view, you'll notice right away that that's looking really good. Now my walls are set to 20 feet, hence why it's going through the wall, but that system is looking really healthy. Okay, so let's head back to level 1, and now we're going to do the returns. So I'm going to select all three of, select all three of those, as well as the air handling unit. Go to duct. Now this is a return system, okay. And you guessed it, go to Generate Layout, find a pathway that you like. This one is fine, but let's see if there's anything better. That one could interfere, so just look through it. Actually, that one's really good. So I'm probably going to go with that one, and I'm going to go to Settings, then over, and I'm going to offset this to 12 feet, branch, 12 feet, and then lastly, flex duct as well. I'm going to press OK, as then Finish Layout. If an error pops up, let's go ahead and take a look and see what's happening. And for the most part, it looks pretty good. You can see some overlap here. So solutions to that, we could either lower this system or raise this system to avoid that from happening. And then over here, it looks like, if you take a look, it looks like it's not connected, which is very possible that it looks like it's not connected. But in all reality, if you just select this and then use the keyboard and kind of just tap it a little so that it frees itself up, and then you take another look at it, maybe a few more taps. There we go. You'll notice that there is actually a flex duct system there. It was just too close, and Revit does that sometimes. Okay, but that's looking pretty good. And there you have it. Few adjustments, but this is an HVAC system. Pretty easy to create, so hopefully you can create your own now. Okay, hopefully you found this useful, and I'll see you later. Peace.